Y'all, one of my favorite times of year has finally come. Winter is pushing its way out, and we only may have a few little spells here and there. They call them like blackberry winter, dogwood winter, kind of things like that. But I think this weekend we're gonna have some temperatures in the 30s at night, maybe mid 30s to upper 30s. So not too bad. They'll be passing pretty quickly. And next week's actually a little cooler, in the 60s. Right now we're 80s, which feels lovely. This time of year there's not a lot of humidity, so that's what's wonderful about it. Once we start pushing into end of June, July, August and all that, then it just gets sweltering humid here. But I'm looking forward to it. So I'm fixing to walk around and show you guys things that I've already been working on and things that are in the making that are fixing to start and go in the ground, because I usually wait till about the 1st of May and then everything gets planted. So Seth got the soil for the raised beds, and we got these put in the last couple days. We did 2 scoops to kind of refill these. After 2 years, the soil had receded, but we got it up to where we needed to, and I already have some sunflowers coming up. And they've got a jump start. I've not really planted anything yet, but I left these here because they'll be up before some of the others that I plant, which will be nice. You can plant sunflowers like in succession and then enjoy them all summer. Now for my raised beds, I use a lot of chicken compost. I'll put that in there before I dump this down and mix it in. And also in the fall, when I'm done with all of the plants, I let them kind of go back into the soil. I don't remove them. I'll leave them out here because there's a lot of beneficial like insects that kind of hibernate in those. So I'll leave those in here and let them kind of break down. I put all of my leaves that I pick up from my mower, and I put in here and let that break down too, because I think that puts a lot of nutrients back into the soil. And then I top it off with this dirt, so it's all ready. Now this canopy right here is made from cattle panels, and I will be growing hummingbird vine on these. And the hummingbird vine will go all the way over from both sides and meet up, and it will be so full, y'all. There'll be tons of butterflies and bees and hummingbirds and all that will be enjoying this and pollinating everything out here and my garden down below. It's just amazing how it all works and how God has created it to work so perfectly together. Along with the vines that's going to be going across, I'll probably have dahlias in here. I did have some last year, and just some other stuff mixed in like zinnias and wildflower type stuff. This bed right here will be zinnias. And because they grew so tall and got so heavy, we had flower netting last year, which did not work out too well. I had it staked up with bamboo, and they ended up falling over, and I couldn't get them back up. So this year we decided to use something a lot stronger and put cattle panels up as a permanent option, and they will definitely hold the zinnias up. And if I need to string stuff to this, it'll be very strong to hold them up. And I did that here as well because my sunflowers get very, very tall. We had 14-foot sunflowers last year in this bed, so I'm going for that again. We'll see how tall we can get them. And then I usually grow cosmos, and I grow marigolds up there. I didn't put a cattle panel on this front bed because that's where the marigolds are going to be. Isn't this clematis beautiful? So I got this as a cutting. I dug this up at my mom's house. We spent one weekend last year, and I took a cutting home and planted it, and it has just taken off so much. Look at all of the growth up here. These are still yet to open. And my neighbor actually brought me one too last year, and I'm not sure what variety his is. It might be a summer blooming or a fall. There's different varieties of clematis. So it would be nice if it was a fall, and that way I would have 2 separate occasions for them to bloom. Some beautiful variegated monkey grass. I love monkey grass. I like to plant it up against my fence and have it as a border. That way there's a lot less weed eating going on. Daylilies from my mom. More daylilies from my mom, and coreopsis from my mom. So she brings me stuff, which I love. So as far as the greenhouse goes, I've got everything going on in here, but I've got some things in here that's going to be used outside. I've got tomatoes, and I've planted a wide variety of tomatoes just to have different stuff. Everybody has their favorite kind to eat, And I've got some over here. These will be put out into the lower garden down there. I'll have at least half a row of those just to go eat whenever we want as fresh tomatoes. Have some herbs going on in here. My lemon tree is really coming back to life, getting a lot of new growth on it. Hopefully it will start fruiting soon. Would love to have some lemons, lemonade, lemon meringue pie, some of my favorite things to have in the summer. And then I've been doing some repotting. I repotted my husband's palm tree we got from Florida. And then that ponytail palm. I've got to repot the sago palm too. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is a beautiful spring day here. Y'all can hear the birds and the sky is amazing and it's supposed to be like 80 degrees. It's just awesome. Check out my hostas. I love these. These I put up here because this is a shady area because of my river birch tree. And they do awesome. They have beautiful purple blooms that come out of the top of them. I've got to get some annuals to put in some of my baskets. Oh, y'all, I've got baby birds everywhere. There's some little wrens in there. Y'all hear them? I had to fill up my feeders so they could have something to eat, but they're mainly bringing worms. Oh, it's 90 in here today, guys. It's warm. I need to open my window here on the door, and I also got to water too. I like to water around this time of day and not let these plants get super hot. My tropicals, they love water. They soak it up. I got to water them every single day, even the winter. I can tell my succulents are wanting water when they start getting a little shrivelly. And for example, this one right here, if y'all have succulents, and a lot of people don't know when to water them. Now, it depends on so many different factors. It's like, where are they at? Are they getting full sun? Are they in a small pot? There's just different things that will tell you how often to water, and one of the telltale signs is they start shriveling. Now, this is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean they're dead. When you see them shriveling, it's time to water. And when you water a succulent, you want it to water till it's soaking out the bottom. They like a big drink, and then that'll go away, probably by this evening. So, smaller pots require more water. Full sun, obviously here in the greenhouse, I could water these probably every day in the summertime, and they would be fine. Now, you would not want to do that if they were covered or they weren't getting this much heat, because once you waterlog a succulent, they'll rot and then you're done. You might be able to save some leaves and restart, but yeah, that happens. Y'all check out my Transcancendia. Easy way to say this is Lifesaver plant. Full this year, super full. Look at that. I love this one. This one always makes me smile every time I see it. It's got blooms all over it. So pretty. And it is time to start repotting. This needs to be repotted. Look how full it is. I might be able to divide it. I love these. These are really hard to find. I got lucky finding those. I need to go back to the nursery that had those last year and see if I can stumble over some cool finds. These tomatoes are going to be going out pretty soon. They're probably ready. And when you plant tomato plants, you can plant them in the ground pretty far. You want to do that. You don't want to just stick them in that far. You want to go all the way up. And they'll put out more roots and it strengthens the plant. So I do that every year. But yeah, they're ready. They're ready to go. It is April 19th here. I like to wait toward the end of the month because we have those little winters that will come. They call them blackberry winter and things like that. You know, like it's 80 today, but it could be, we could have another frost. So try to be careful and think of that and just not jump the gun too much. I have a lot of seeds. These are just seeds from packets. And then I have all kinds of seeds in here and up here that I've saved from all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I've got a lot of seeds. I'm going to organize and see which ones I'm going to be using. These are my green bean seeds. These are ones that I bought extra packs from last year. These were hard to find. I like these. These are very good green beans, and y'all have so many green beans already canned, so I'm not sure how many more I'm going to grow this year, but got them if I need them. I'm going to do a sweet pepper, oregano, dill. I'm going to use these for making pickles this year, and that brings me to hopefully my cucumbers are somewhere. I put them somewhere, y'all. I need to get organized. That's why I'm down here. Here's cilantro, parsley, broccoli, radishes. I love radishes. Cherry tomato. Now, I have cherry tomatoes. They come up every year in my raised beds, but since we're putting in so much soil, it may cover up the seeds, so I have these as a backup. Now these are cucumber munchers. I like the smaller cucumbers. They're really crisp. They're good for pickles, and I do have a super good recipe. You could probably Google my video that has the pickle recipe. Bunching onions, love those. I grew these in the greenhouse, my Cherokee purples. They've come up. I've got some hybrid tomatoes, got some German pinks, some more hybrids, big boy. I got these from Innovative, and these are my onions. Me and my father-in-law next door, we love onions. We'll go through every single one of these. This is a good place to harvest and save vegetables. I stored up some onions, hung them from a basket down here. They did good. The only thing that didn't do good that I stored down here was potatoes. I just don't know where I went wrong. I don't think maybe they were cool enough. Under here, the lowest is usually around 60, and I think it was just too warm for them. They actually turned to mush. But I put them in like boxes, and I layered them with like newspaper, and that just didn't work. If y'all have some tips on potatoes, on preserving those, please put those in the comments. I need to know how to do it. Now, I know I could probably can them, but I was just wanting to actually preserve the potato itself. Now, I will say this. I left them in the ground all the way up to the first frost, and when I needed them, I just go down there and pick them and eat them, and they were fine then. I don't know that I could have left them down there any longer. I don't know. Give me some tips in the comments. Y'all, here's our marigolds from last year. Labeled them, and I will be using these seeds to replant. I got these at Baker's Creek, and I absolutely love these. You can see how pretty they were. Look how they dried. I'll be putting these out. Got all my seeds that I'm going to be using, and then these are seeds from my zinnias, some of my really prettiest ones that I loved. Purple I have all kinds of stuff, you guys. I've got them in jars. I'm a seed hoarder. And then I've got sunflower seeds. I've got cucumber. Alright, you guys, look what I found. So last year I had one zinnia that came out super rare looking. It was a red and yellow patterned petal. So it was like red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, all the way around perfectly. And it was just so beautiful. So I kept this flower, and I'm going to plant it somewhere separately and label it and see if I can get it to come back again. Let's do this as an experiment.